guys get ready to jump it in the water, you and I can start talking a little bit more about them and give you guys some of the history of what you're about to be watching today.
All right. All right.
I tell you what, let's go ahead and start introducing the riders first, and then we'll tell you a little bit more about him. Out of Catawba, North Carolina. He is 36 years old. He's aboard a Yamaha this year. He's sponsored by Champion Power Sports, Dean's team, and that's a big heads up right there. Yamaha Factory Racing, Riva, Judge Motorsports, Fly Racing, and Jet Lift. It is 30X, the one and only Brian the Tweeka Baldwin.
And coming to us out of Kuwait City, Kuwait, he'll be piloting a Yamaha for the Yamaha Factory Racing team, Dean's team, Riva Racing, Jet Pilot, and the KSR team. We know him as the Kuwaiti Killer, boat number 30, Abdullah Al-Fadel.
Out of Jackson Lake, Georgia, he is also aboard a Yamaha, 44 years fast. He's sponsored by Yamaha, Outlaw Towing, Spy, Goggles, Isogenics Health Products. It's the 44 Mike Bellamy.
And hitting the podium in his pro debut last weekend in Panama City Beach. He's out of Claremont, Florida, riding atop of Sea-Doo, 22 years fast, riding for Fly Racing, Jet Lift, ODI, Oztec Racing, Blacktip, and Riva. That is 247, Dylan Osborne.
Out of West Palm Beach, Florida, he's aboard a Kawasaki, riding the Ultra, really loves that boat. He's 29 years fast, the 911. He is the 911. It's Eric Francis.
Yeah, he's on a Monster Energy Kawasaki. And speaking of also on a Kawasaki this weekend, boat number 985, the Bayou Beast, he's known as in the pits, riding for PWCOffshore.com, SOS Motorsports, Fly Racing, R&D Performance, and HydroTurf. It is GL Lejeune from Pier Park, Louisiana, the Bayou Beast.
Putting the swamp back into swamp monsters.
That's it.
Man, I tell you what, he was a beast last week. Went off that boat and a little bit sideways. Managed to do a great recovery. Came back for that second moto. But I tell you, this guy is a machine. All right, you are going to watch Pro-Am Runabout Open. For those of you that have been here a little bit, you heard me talking about the different divisions of the racers and the different types of machines. But this is the one we were talking about, some of the fastest boats on the water. You're going to get to watch them in this class right here coming at you.
Yeah, Dawn, one thing that we ought to let the fans know, you know, a lot of these guys, this is an open class. So, again, it's anything goes. And these boats are wound tighter than a squirrel on Prozac. But I'll tell you what, a lot of these guys are probably using backup boats. They're probably using a good limited boat, a good bolt-on performance boat, because they don't want anything to come apart.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that. Or, in fact, a little bit souped-up stock boat would not surprise me. That way you're not getting surprised, if you will, by hitting that throttle, and all of a sudden you got a whole lot of water in your hands.
Hey, by the way, we understand a couple of guys have ridden their ATVs back to the hotel. Hey, guys, that is a no-no. If you get caught with your ATV coming back to the hotel, it will be confiscated. Again, you heard it here first. We don't want to see anybody lose their ATV. Hey, man, you guys are all in good shape. Just walk back to the hotel. What are you thinking?
You got to work out. You got to stay in shape.
I work out.
I work out. Hey, just want to mention, you do need to be on the shore side of the checkered buoy when you're coming through on that front stretch, the shore side of the checkered buoy. So we'd have to treat that like a red buoy, like a left turn. So
right.
Shore side.
Exactly. So that means you're going to go between the checkered buoy and the flag stand. The checkered buoy and the flag stand. That's where you're going there for all of you racers out there. And here we go. They're backing it up. We're getting ready for race number 1 as our pilots come to the beach.
Man, I can already see some interesting developments here as the holders having to make their way pretty far out there, as it is quite shallow in here right as you're lining up for the tower. So they're actually having to line up past the tower for the start. That all by itself is going to be a little bit interesting because the riders have to watch the tower for the flag. So they're going to be looking over their shoulder, Mike, for the start. So that's going to be interesting.
That will definitely be interesting. Yeah, because when you're taking a look back and then you pull the trigger, you look forward, you got to make sure that you're heading toward that first turn.
Correct.
Since there's 4 white buoys out there, you don't want to be hitting that second white buoy and missing a buoy on lap number 1.
Yeah, typically the first thing that we were taught when we were learning how to race jet skis is where your eyes go, the boat goes. So
exactly.
if you're looking behind you.
Yeah, we don't want them going backwards.
I definitely would appreciate it if you wouldn't do that.
However, some of these new boats do have reverse.
And suspension.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so again, you're watching Pro Watercross. This is going to be the first day of the second round right here in Pensacola. It's our second year to be hanging out in Pensacola with the Hidden Trails Pro Watercross Tour. very excited to be here. But again, conditions haven't changed much from last year.
Yeah, I'll tell you, one of the things that you're going to see down here today that isn't normal for a personal watercraft race is these runabout riders here in the Pro Open class, they'll be allowed 4 holders to steady their boat instead of 2, Don, and that does make a big difference here in this huge surf.
Now, I don't know. Sometimes they just look like barnacles hanging onto the side of the boat. When this surf starts to get up there and those guys are out there floating, very, very difficult to hold the boats. And Jason over here nodding, he's seen that more than once. I specifically am thinking that Jersey stop. When we went to New Jersey that year, they literally were just hanging on the side of the boats because the start was so deep. Hearing a lot of hollering going on. These holders are like, let's get out of here. Looks like GL looking for holders.
Yeah, GL got some holders working his way down there on the end of the line. I also hear McCluggage got his boat started up after having some issues in practice. You can see him down there right behind the line right now doing a little tuning.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is the only place that these guys are allowed to tune. You are not allowed to go past that pier on the right side, and you're definitely not allowed to go past that red buoy on the left-hand side of this beach, because we have that open beach for all of our spectators and for people coming out to hang out at Pensacola Beach this weekend. So very little place for these guys to really tune. So McCluggage tuning in about 6 inches of water right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that's one thing. The draft for these personal watercraft, you only need a couple inches of water.
That's true. Unless you fall off.
Yeah, then it hurts.
All right.
Then you know what a jart is.
Yep, so they've got the flagger out there saying time to get your engines fired up. They're ready to go. So he's indicating to the riders, get your boat started. And he's going to work his way down the line by pointing at each one of them. As soon as he has it clear, he throws the flag in the air, and that was the start.
All right, look at these guys already starting to air it out a little bit.
Holy moly. Got one rider already off course a little bit, trying to find that first white buoy.
So again, as we talked about, when you're looking back behind you and then going out to that first turn, you got to make sure that you're looking at the right white buoy out there.
Yeah, I tell you what, one gentleman, no problem with that. It looks like that might be Eric Francis with the whole shot. No problem finding the turn in the front stretch. Looks like Abdullah Alfadel in second.
That's it. The Eagle Eric Francis pulling Alfadel down the front straightaway. The Kuwaiti Killer. That's Kawasaki back there in third, and that is GL Lejean on his pro debut.
Yeah, followed by Mike Bellamy in fourth, and Brian Baldwin fifth.
And it looks like Osborne will round out your top 6 here on lap number 1. Race number 2. Uh-oh, looks like GL Lejean is off over there by the pier.
He's still trying to get to his boat. Able to get back there pretty quick in between the troughs. You're right, these waves a little bit more separated than we saw last year. Getting caught a little in this wave as the course marshal coming over to help him.
Well, we need the Pro-Am Ski GP Division 1. Need to start working your way down behind the starting line. Pro-Am Ski GP Division 1, which I would assume is heat number 1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, your leaders. It looks like there could be a hood problem there for Mike Bellamy on boat number 44, working left to right down the front straightaway. Now the turn over there, pier side. Your leader still the Eagle, Eric Francis, who's in the back middle section of the course, working down that back semi-straightaway. And around the sweeper, the Kuwaiti Killer, Abdullah Al-Fadel, still in that second place position. And I don't think they got surf like this over in Kuwait. What do you think, Dawn?
I don't think so. I mean, I haven't been to Kuwait yet, and I'm just saying yet in case we get invited over. But wow, this is redunculous. I don't think anybody's seen anything like this, at least for this year. Francis making short work of it as he comes through that front stretch and then faced it.
And that took his goggles off.
Yeah.
And look at Al-Fadel airing it out.
I tell you what, the right-hand side of the track where all the trauma happened, and it looked like we got Bellamy sneaking in there for a pass.
Oh, and Bellamy goes sideways. Oh, it comes off his boat. Top right-hand side of the track. Bellamy doing the Mike Phelps.
Yeah, Alfadel doing his best not to get him or the boat as he makes his way back into the second spot. Meanwhile, if you're looking for the top 2 riders, look for the boat out there going around those white buoys on the far left-hand side. That's Eric Francis, one of your Florida products right here.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the Eagle out there on the Kawasaki, probably a little bit of advantage is that Kawasaki about 100, 150 pounds heavier than all the other boats out there. And that's what you want to do today is you want a heavy boat that's going to keep you hooked up.
Yep, and Francis having to work the surf as that checkered buoy being pushed back and forth. Did manage to get around that. They do have to be on the shore side of that checkered flag on each lap. Eric Francis pulling that off.
And Dawn, you see Kevin Scott up there with the courtesy flags. Folks, when you see the white flag and the checkered flag rolled up and crossed, as our flagman has it right now, that means that the race is halfway complete. So in this case here, I believe, 4 laps down and 4 laps to go.
Yes, sir. And, man, we've got a crowd back here that looks like more shoppers than there usually see at a line at Walmart coming on that back stretch.
Uh-oh, and the Kuwaiti Killer having some problems right there, trying to get some O2 to that engine. Meanwhile, Francis in the lead all by himself. Bellamy, boat number 44, riding for Outlaw Towing out of Jackson Lake, Georgia, in that second place position. Or actually, that is the Kuwaiti Killer right there that has overtaken that second place again. That was 30X. That was Baldwin, actually, that was down.
Yeah.
And again, these guys getting vertical over there, pier side.
Oh, man, in all different ways of vertical. Looked like Alfadel temporarily off the throttle there, manages to get through. Again, on the right-hand side by the pier is where a lot of the airtime is happening. Eric Francis negotiating that Kawasaki Ultra very nicely around the track.
Dawn, things are going to get interesting here as you see Alfadel with a pole in the water trying to reel in Francis. Both riders on the left-hand side of the track. Francis around the chicane middle, getting ready to make the turn back up the front straightaway on 911. 2 more laps to go, says Kevin Scott. 2 laps to go, and it's now or never. Alfadel only about a half a click behind him.
That's Baldwin. And that's Alfadel. Well, look at the arm. Alfadel just coming through on that front stretch on that red boat.
Yeah, all those numbers out there, and we got to have 2 number 30s.
No worries. We had Baldwin aboard a 30X, so easy to miss that up. But I tell you what, Alfadel just a little bit skinnier arms than Brian Baldwin. That's how I was able to.
Probably a little more tan too.
Yeah, it's not too much, but a little bit.
Just saying.
All right, a couple more laps to go as you're watching the Pro-Am Runabout Open class. And the white flag comes out for Eric Francis, sponsored by Kawasaki.
The Eagle flying high so far here in Pensacola Beach, Dawn.
Yeah, I don't want to clip his wings too prematurely. Still got a couple more turns to go. And just got lucky right over there on that right-hand side of the track. None of the big waves coming through as he works his way on that. I would consider to be one of the more technical sides of this track right by that pier.
Right, you know, we talked about that earlier. This whole front straightaway and that corner down there where they make that turn, that's where you're going to see most of the action today. That's what I'm thinking, folks.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Couple more turns for Eric Francis and Abdullah Alfadel, the Kuwait rider. Again, we have over 6 countries represented at our tour stop today in beautiful Pensacola Beach.
Tell you what a vacation destination, too. Well, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Your first winner of the day. Give it up for the Eagle, Eric Francis.
And, man, no kidding. He does deserve a lot of clapping for that.
And I'll tell you, look where that surf moved the checkered buoy.
Wow. That's a good, 100 feet from left to right. Alfadel actually hunting that checkered flag and the checkered buoy, and he is going to be your second place. Sponsored by KSR and Dean's team.
That's it. Congratulations to the Kuwaiti Killer coming through in that second place position.
See GL Lejean coming through. I believe he's going to be in 5th. The Bayou Beast.
Yeah, the Bayou Beast came off the boat, and I believe this is Mike Bellamy, who is working his way in for a 3rd place finish here. Running the GoPro on top of the helmet. Actually, that was Dylan Osborne.
Yeah, I think Dylan might be 4th. He too was back a little bit, but this gentleman, Mike Bellamy, on the 44, unofficially, by the way. We might as well just get that out of the way right now.
That's right. You might as well check the pit board. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for all of the Pro Runabout Open riders? Thank you, Pensacola Beach. Great to be here where we got the best fans on tour, man.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, we not only got the best fans on tour, we got the most tan fans on tour, and the best looking fans on tour right here in Pensacola Beach this weekend.
You stole my line. I was actually going there. All right, up next, we've got Pro-Am Ski GP on the line. Well, they're sort of on the line.
Well, yeah, this is Division 1. We got 11 riders in each of these heats. And, Dawn, I believe the way that this is going to break down is we'll transfer the top 8 from each heat And then tomorrow morning, we'll run an LCQ, and we'll take the top 2 from that LCQ. That'll fill the gate with 18 tomorrow. We'll have 18 straight for that first main tomorrow afternoon.
So that means actually for the first time, we are back to having qualifying for our riders in the Ski GP class. Super exciting to see that. We're actually only allowed to have 18 riders total in the ski class go up to the line for that main event. Because we've got so many entries in this Ski GP class, we're actually going to be doing the qualifiers. So again, top 8 will be an automatic qualification into the main event tomorrow. Rest of them will be going to what we call an LCQ, or last chance qualifier. And that is where the nerves definitely start to kick in for these riders as they try to make the main event. And you'll notice with the stand-up boats, they also get extra holders. Normally, a stand-up boat, when they are out here on the line, only get 1 holder. But when we have the conditions out here, we're actually going to allow up to 3 and 4 holders for these guys. And do a quick warm-up, and then we are going to come to the line with our first heat race for Pro-Am Ski GP. All this action brought to you by Hidden Trails. Yes, Mike.
By the way, Dawn, I'd like to say a big shout out to one of our racers from the Honduras who's watching in on the live stream, Jonathan Dent. Big shout out to Jonathan, who just shot me a text on the phone. Hey, Jonathan, we miss you, and we love the Honduras. We'd like to come down there next year.
We'd love to. Hi, Jonathan. I hope you're having a great day. Jonathan joined us last week as well on the live stream, so really appreciate him hanging out with us. A big shout out.
Yeah, Jonathan, former racer on the U.S. National Tour. Great to have him listening in.
And I tell you what, once you get involved with the sport, we never lose you. And you can definitely see why. So many fun people out here racing with us this weekend. And this is a sport now, it looks awfully gnarly, honestly, as you look out on the track today. But a lot of these races, very flat water and whole different race conditions that they deal with depending on the stop, as Mike would talk to you earlier about.
Hey there, awesome, Dawson. I just got the 411 here. Obviously, there's actually going to be 2 heat races. However, everybody is transferring.
Okay.
Everybody will be transferring tomorrow. So once again, they are racing for gate position. So you'll have 2 Pro-Am Ski GP races right here in a row, ladies and gentlemen. And then after those 2 races, we'll go right into freestyle. And I know we got some freestyle fans out there, and I know we got some great freestylers here. So stick around, folks. Lots of great action coming your way here in Pensacola Beach.
Gentlemen that you just saw go a little bit left of that tower. The one and only Mac Attack. Chris McCluggage out there warming his boat up.
By the way, have your attention up here at the tower. We got one of our pro freestylers with us up here, the Destroyer, Jason Stoyer. Big win last week, man. Got to be licking your chops right now, Jason, looking out at that surf, buddy.
Define licking your chops, Mike. Look at that buoy. That's how tall is that buoy?
Oh, that's redonkulous. That's what that is, ridiculousness.
I'll tell you, combos out here today are going to be probably rewarded by the judges because it's gnarly everywhere in between these waves, and they're close together too, Mike.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you guys really going to have to watch your depth right here. I've noticed a couple sandbars like right over here to the bottom left.
Yeah.
You know, you got a lot of race fans, and then over here on the right-hand side, looks like there's a sandbar over there as well. So you got any new tricks that you're going to be pulling out for us?
I think today in the surf, what I'm going to do is go extra big, try to throw the amplitude, maybe that extra spin in there, here and there. You know what I mean. Use some of the height that we're definitely going to have no problem reaching today, but going to have to stay on the outside by the buoys a little bit there. Come in and play, have some fun, Mike. My game strategy at this point, looking at the conditions, is to have a lot of fun.
Have a lot of fun. Hey, that's what it's all about, man. Again, congratulations on that opening win last week on that X-Scream boat. But you got your work cut out for you today.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All the boys down there, all the skis, Chris and Peter are going to be going hard in our amateur class, and Jason and I in pro today know that we got a lot to do out there. Even though the conditions are gnarly, it only makes it funner for us. So looking forward to the competition, actually, Mike.
Fantastic. And I know you got a lot of fans here. For those of you folks who don't know, Jason is a 3-time U.S. national champion in pro freestyle. You're going to be signing autographs a little later on today?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Mike. I'll be signing autographs, and then I'll be hopefully having an adult beverage after we finish the competition and enjoying the beautiful weather. So we'll see all the cute ladies out there. I'll be somewhere around.
Well, hopefully you'll be bringing some libations up here, too.
Oh, you know it, Mike. How about it, guys? They don't often get it, but how about a round of applause for Don Dawson and Mike Young, your announcers up here, doing a great job, guys. Show them some love. I've been up here before, and I know they're working hard.
Uh-oh, Don, he must want something. Thank you, Pensacola Beach. We appreciate it. You guys make it easy. Let's talk about this Pro Ski GP class down there, riding for Central Georgia Power Sports. McCollum Hauling and Bassett Racing out of Lizella, Georgia on the deuce, Cody McCallum.
He's out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona on the boat number 30. It's the Mac Attack. Chris McCluggage, your Monster Energy Mac Racing sponsored rider. And
all the way from Surprise, Arizona, riding for his dad, Bullard Racing and Bill & Clothing, 83, Cody Copenhaver.
And he's out of Biloxi, Mississippi on the number 85 boat, Jules Hopkins, sponsored by Performance Jet Ski Fly Racing.
And out of Wadsworth, Illinois, riding for JetSkiWebsite.com, Bel Ray and EVS. Boat number 90 is Mike Windricks.
And out of Apex, North Carolina, aboard the bright yellow and black boat, 106, the Hurricane, Bill Haig.
Hey, by the way, your early leader looks like the Mac Attack. We called him the best wave rider in the world a little earlier, and you're seeing why right now, Pensacola Beach. The rest of the lineup, 149 is Pete Zernick, 177 BB Carmouche, 182X is B-Rock, Brock Austin, sponsored by Shark Energy. Also, boat number 300, Jimmy Wilson, riding for Judge Motorsports out of Sanford, North Carolina, and out of Doylestown, Pennsylvania. The 912 is Rick Sneaky Shirker, riding for Jet Tribe and Jet Trim.
All right, Mikey, well, out on the track, looks like Chris McCluggage with the whole shed, as you had mentioned, but duly Jimmy Wilson up there in second place. Jewel Hopkins up in the mix. Looked like he had snuck into third.
It looks like
Windricks.
Yeah, Bill Haig back there in the fifth spot, possibly. Yep. Easy to pick out with that bright yellow helmet.
Got Chris McCluggage down, Mike. Looked like got a little water in the boat.
Uh-oh. So he dropped a spot right there to Jimmy Wilson. Dropped 2 spots, actually.
Oh, that's Cody Copenhaver that snuck up in there.
Yeah, Cody Copenhaver out of Surprise, Arizona. Surprise, Cody, you're in second place.
Yeah, looking like Chris McCluggage been having quite a bit of issues. So the top 3 currently, Jimmy Wilson and Cody Copenhaver, who had a phenomenal year last year, followed by Bill Haig on that yellow and black boat I talked about, and Chris McCluggage, your top 4.
Uh-oh, we got a rider down out there through that chicane on the bottom left-hand side. Yeah, it's Jules Hopkins. And McCluggage jumping back up onto his boat. Let's see what he's got for us. Coming way into the shoreline. Uh-oh, he's pulling into the pits. McCluggage has problems.
Oh, man, that looked like he was down to 1 or 2 cylinders on that boat. Something definitely going on, and that's not a happy camper pulling in. That's a tough way to finish your race when you've got boat problems.
Tough row to hoe, and not only that, but he was having some problems out there in practice, and he didn't have a nice dismount there either.
No, I didn't like that dismount. I'm not going to give him a high score for that. Meanwhile, not dismounted. In fact, he's on the gas. Cody Copenhaver pushing Jimmy Wilson over here on the left-hand side of the track as these guys make their way. Man, do-si-do out there on the waves. Jimmy going left and right. Still hold on to the lead, but Cody getting a little bit of momentum, still trying to make a pass on this front stretch. Bill Haig back there playing the spoiler. Talk about an age difference between these riders. Jimmy in the 20s and Bill Haig somewhere above 40-ish. Don't want to say his exact name. I'll probably get killed for that one. But all different riders. You got Brock Austin out there, fresh out of a tour. He went to China this year. He also got the opportunity to race over in Dubai. Moved up into 4th place.
Well, Don, I take a look out here on the bottom right-hand side. We've got some dirty laundry on the track, and it looks like a yard sale at turn number 4.
Yeah, I can see why. Oh, my goodness.
They got some great deals going on over there.
Uh-huh. Pair of goggles, $2. One boot,
right.
$1.50.
Right, hood latch.
Oh, my goodness. Speaking of that, looks like we've already found some stuff up on the beach.
We got parts.
Some people look for seashells. We pick up goggles and helmet hoods.
Yeah, we're looking for parts. It looks like, somebody lost their goggles out there in that first race. They also lost the top of their visor. If you lost it, come on up here and see me. We got it for you up here at the Tower of Power.
All right, Jimmy Wilson still in command. Cody Copenhaver and Bill Haig probably about 15 boats apart. Both on the washing machine side of the track over there close to the pier.
Once again, Don, I'd like to say a very special thanks to all the Pensacola and Pensacola Beach locals for coming out and supporting the Hidden Trails Yamaha Pro Watercross Tour. This is round number 2. The Grand Prix of Watercross right here in Pensacola Beach.
Santa Rosa Island Authority, special thanks to Buckley, all the stuff that these guys have done. In fact, they helped us again yesterday with that corporate challenge. We were right out of their backyard, right behind their office yesterday for the corporate challenge. I just can't thank those guys enough. Those in the Pensacola Sports Association have just worked so hard this week. What a great welcome we've had here. Right here. Leaders just coming off of that yellow buoy on the left-hand side of the track. Where did Wilson actually already over towards the washing machine, almost got stripped off the boat. Battle for second, Mike, between Cody Copenhaver and Bill Haig.
Yeah, Copenhaver on the purple ski out there. He's shore side. Head goes down. He's got the bright yellow helmet, bright yellow ski out there. Easy to pick out for your spectator-friendly announcers.
Yeah, I tell you what, he may have gone down, but at least he didn't go upside down like he did last year. Completely flipped his boat over backwards.
Yeah, it looked like me on the dance floor.
I wasn't going to say that. Except for the part where he was going the wrong way.
Exactly. Well, I was going the wrong way on the dance floor last night, apparently, as well.
Uh-oh. Well, as long as we didn't get any video footage of it, you're okay. And as they say in Pensacola, what happens in Pensacola
Beach
shows up on YouTube.
Yeah, shows up on YouTube.
Right. Doop, doop. All right, Jimmy Wilson up onto this front stretch. Gentlemen on board that blue boat with the white letters on the side. And right after we're done with this, I got some free giveaways for you straight from Jimmy Wilson and Judge Motorsports. Tim Judge, one of his awesome tuners. And
that's right, Judge Motorsports, Jam Motorsports. Jimmy's team as the top two riders running right alongside the pier right now. Copenhaver still in that second spot. Bill Haig, boat number 106, the yellow 106 right there, still in that third place position.
Brock Austin on that bright orange and black boat in fourth.
Yeah, B-Rock looking for a good spot online. Once again, these racers, everybody transferring to the main event from this heat race and the next heat race. However, they are racing for that position online. Dawn?
Yeah, and I tell you what, no stranger to working in the surf. A lot of these riders were at that Panama City beach stop just a week ago, but the surf conditions not anything like what they are facing today. And can you say duct tape? A lot of what they're trying to do right now is just keep those motors as dry as possible. And one of the ways to do that, obviously stay right side up, but try not to be burying your nose too often in these waves, because again, you've got to try to keep the engines running and keep your throttle control. That's going to be a big part of helping you stay at the top front.
You know, I noticed a lot of these pro racers here will actually duct tape their hoods down.
Yeah.
Because if they crash, you know, the hood could pop off, you know, from the hood latch real easily. So a lot of these guys actually duct taping the hood down with these conditions right here.
Yeah, which is a little bit dicey because, you know, you got to have a little bit of air in that engine, but it's either air or water. So if you got to pick two, I definitely would take let's not do water.
Right. I don't need no salt water in my engine.
Well, it's going to be hard to not have some of it before the end of the race, which is why these guys have to actually flush these motors pretty extensively after they're done, and you can certainly see why. Ladies and gentlemen, checker flag is out for
That's
Jimmy
right. Put
Wilson.
your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Boat number 300, Jimmy Wilson, out of Sanford, North Carolina, by way of Hebron, Ohio. Again, riding for Judge Motorsports, Jam Racing, Hidden Trails Motorsports, IPD Graphics, and ProWatercraftRacing.com.
Gentlemen, that's going to be taking second place, Cody Copenhaver, out of Surprise, Arizona.
No surprise to us up here, though.
Yep, sponsored by My Dad, Bullet Racing, Villain Clothing, Rhino Power, Oakley, Jet Trim, and Optima Racing. Going to pull that second.
And congratulations to Bill Haig, boat number 106 out of Apex, North Carolina. He's riding for Hurricane Performance, AMSOIL, Advent Ignitions, 321 Kawasaki, and Imagination Fabrication.
And final shout out for our top four, Brock Austin coming through in fourth place. Gentlemen that just joined the national tour this year.
That's right, B-Rock Racing, his new racing team.
Is that what you're calling it? That's his real name, B-Rock Racing? All right. I like your nickname for him, the Flying Red Tomato.
Cherry.
The Flying Cherry Tomato. All right, Pro-Am Ski GP Division number 2. We need Heat Race 2 to come to the line, please.
Yeah, they should be down on the starting line. Let's go ahead, go through the lineup. Out of Flowery Branch, Georgia, riding for Blosian, OptimaRacing.com, Riva, HydroTurf, IPD Graphics, 100% Goggles, Rhino Power, and Jet Pilot. Boat number 3 is Jordan Carroll.
Comes from Burlington, Ontario, sponsored by Dedicated Plastics and Steel Tech, boat 21C, Dave Davidson.
Hey, I'll tell you what, another real good surf rider down online in this one. He's out of Mims, Florida, riding for Trinity Composites, Novi Tech, Exotic Signs, and Jet Pilot. Boat number 72, Johnny Smith.
Out of Las Vegas, Nevada, 27 years racing, no stranger to surf. He's sponsored by Yamaha, HydroTurf, and Body Glove. It's boat number 88, the Flow, Rob Flores.
And coming to us from West Harrison Township, Indiana, riding for the Yamaha Motor Corporation, HydroTurf, Wiseco, ADA Racing, Fly Racing, ETS Racing Fuels, and Judge Motorsports. Boat number 94 is Blockhead, Josh Block.
From Boise, Idaho, this year sponsored by Commander Industries, Blosian, Fly Racing, Jet Trim, Rhino Power, and Reed Cycle. 152. Great to have him joining us on the tour, David Redinger.
And boat number 182 comes to us from Newsella, Georgia. He's 28 years fast, riding for Trinity Composites, Spy Optics, and ODI Grips. Boat number 182 is Brock Harris.
Out of Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, he's sponsored by Full Spectrum Carbs and Trinity Hulls. Boat 812, Mike Kilberer.
And finally, rounding out your field, coming all the way from South Africa, riding for Commander Industries, Burn, and a Rockstar Energy Drink on boat number ZA1. It's the Mots, Dustin Motsuris.
By the way, Dustin, our defending national champion from 2014. What a phenomenal year these guys had last year. Just joined up with Commander Industries. He originally hailed out of South Africa, came over last year and settled in the USA and partnered up with one of his good friends, Steve Webster, and they have been in development with some amazing innovations the last couple of years. One of those innovations they rolled out this year, that's the K1 hull, and we just got our first opportunity to take a look at that hull right here at the first stop at Panama City Beach last week. So Pensacola Beach, you better put your tray tables in the upright and lock position. We're about ready to rock and roll with Division 2 of the Pro-Am Ski GP.
Well, looks like McCluggett just got his boat running. Unfortunately, a little bit late to get back out there in that first heat race in the GP ski class, Dawn.
Yeah, I was just going to say, unfortunately, he can't sneak into that second heat. So although he is still in the main class, now he's going to have a little bit of a tougher time. And by the way, are we timing these two heats to see how the lineup is going to be? So these two heats will be combined, and that is going to be our main event for tomorrow.
Once again, this is the last call for Pro-Am Ski GP, heat number 2. You guys should be on the starting line.
Pro-Am Ski GP, Division number 2, need to have you on the line.
All right, once again, after this heat race here, we do got our freestyle competition that'll be coming up. That's always one of our crowd favorites, Dawn Dawson. It's our freestylers starting to get ready right now.
Well, I'll certainly can understand why. Last year in Pensacola Beach, Daniel Martin with that double backflip and no dearth of cool tricks as we saw on the very first round stop last week at Panama City Beach. So I can't wait to see what they've got planned for us for today. But these guys are the entertainers of our sport, and I tell you, some of the stuff that they pull off, it's really, really breathtaking. A lot of fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
They love the crowd interaction. And unlike the closed course riders, the closed course riders can't really hear you, but freestyle guys a lot of times can hear when you guys are shouting and clapping for them. So don't be afraid to let them know if you really like one of the tricks that you see. 2 minutes of air time per rider coming at you in just a few minutes when we go to freestyle. But right now, we're going right back out to closed course racing.
All right, once again, this is heat number 2, the Pro-Am Ski GP. Hey, do a little house cleaning here again real quick. If you're on the left-hand side of the stage or the east side of the stage, please don't walk up to the front, stand up in front of the people that have been sitting down there. Just show a little bit of courtesy. If you're going to be in the front, please make sure that you're sitting down. If you're in the back, it's cool to stand up. But again, just like to do a little housekeeping for all these folks that have been camped out here for the last 4 hours.
You so sweet.
That's because you don't know me.
Oh, I know you.
Oh, you know me.
All right, you guys, we're just getting these guys lined up. As you can tell, quite a bit of logistics here just to get your holders down on the line. Again, normally the ski riders only allowed 1 holder, but when you got conditions like this, it's almost as many holders as you can get out there. But I do believe they're allowing 4 holders per boat on the line for this ski race. Again, you're watching stand-up racing. It's going to be the Pro-Am division, and this is going to be the open class, which means anything goes underneath that hood.
Well, you know, one boat that is obviously not down there is boat number 88, Rob Flores, and he might be opting out and just going to take that final spot on the line.
I would understand that.
Doesn't want to wreck his equipment before before the main event tomorrow. And again, the way that this works is they kind of do like 2 heat races. They're putting everybody out on the line, and there's only one main event in the ski GP class now.
Well, yeah, I could see why. Maybe in that condition you want to save your boat. It's not like Rob's really a stranger to racing. It's not like he needs practice. So you're right, probably just wanting to save the boat.
Save the boat and the body.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right, folks, here we go with the start of Pro-Am Ski GP Division number 2. All right, got a couple riders from the inside looking good, but look there on the outside.
Oh, wow, Brock Harris getting a face full of wave there on that 182.
Oh, my. Last time I seen a beating like that, someone stuck a banana down my pants and turned a monkey loose.
What was her name again?
Go!
So on the start here, we'll see if we can't get a number for you on the hole shot. But, man, that got a little bit of a brouhaha just trying to get him out of the gate. Dustin Montzuris going to get the call for the hole shot.
Oh, yeah. You know, he's no stranger to waves, being from South Africa. Looks like the C21, Dave Davidson, back there in the second spot.
And David Redinger up in third. David having some tough times at Panama City Beach. Great to see him in the top 3.
Yeah, Redinger having to go wide. Somebody trying to sneak in right there and is going to be able to. Didn't get a number right there. Could have been Johnny Smith sneaking in. Johnny, another very good surf rider, coming to us from Mims, Florida, riding for Trinity Composites.
And I tell you what, things that make you go, ouch, when you look over there on the right-hand side, got a rider down right in that tough spot. Might have been Jordan Carroll possibly over there. See if I can get a number on the rider.
Might be
Callum.
Yeah, Calbert.
Okay, one of those.
Here comes your leader, though, down the front straightaway, and no problems right there for the Mott's, Dustin Montzuris.
Yep, Dustin had a very similar ride last year as well, just working his way very quietly around this track. Great rider, multiple world champion out on the water in the lead currently.
Well, you know, that's one thing that that this surf does right here. It really plays an equalizer. You got to be able to read the surf. And if you have to go a little bit more wide, then so be it. You know, a lot of these guys just try to straight line buoys because it's the shortest way around the track. But in the surf, not so much.
Yeah, that's not a good plan out here when you are racing against the waves equally as you, in fact, probably even more, you're having to race against the waves than you are another rider. Look at David Redinger moving into that second place spot. Him on his national tour debut this year with us. Great to have him out here, him and his dad, and aboard a K1 boat.
And it looks like we got a rider down right in front of our flag stand right here. Can't get a number on it, trying to get that boat turned back over. So it's right side up.
Might be Davidson. It is Dave Davidson out of Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, coming to us from north of the border, eh? And
not used to waves. Probably not as big surf, I would think, up in Burlington, Ontario, which is where he's from. What a great rider, though. We've seen Dave Davidson out here racing with us for years. Great to have him back.
Yeah, Dave, one of the veterans of the sport. And course marshal Nick Handler over there to assist, making sure that he's all right. Only in a couple feet of water, though. It looked like he had a rider go down back there on the back left-hand side of the track around the sweeper. So Dave Davidson, looks like that engine compartment might have got swamped, Dawson.
Yeah, the thing we've been talking about, you've got to try to keep the water out of these holes. And unfortunately, not always possible to do so. Look at Jordan Carroll coming through, and meanwhile, Dustin Motzura sneaking right by that checkered buoy very quietly, working his way on the track. Halfway mark comes out for him.
Yeah, that's it. The courtesy flags come up from Kevin Scott as the Motts now working against some back markers alongside the pier on ZA1.
You know, if you're watching this on the stream, I got to tell you, these guys on the right-hand side of the track against that pier, those waves have got to be clicking upwards of 5-6 feet.
Oh, at least.
And they're facing out pretty hard, pretty close together, as Jason and I were talking about earlier. At first, you kind of had some clean faces to work with, but now starting to get pretty muddy looking out there. Lot to deal with for a rider. You got to try to handle the throttle, make sure that you're not over throttling, make sure you don't get water in the compartment, and then all of that, try to stay on top of your boat. And then on top of that, you got to try to pass all these other guys. A lot going on.
Once again, coming up next, folks, we're going to have freestyle. So if you ain't got a good spot down on the beach, now's the time to bring your lawn chair and get a nice premium spot. Still lots of premium spots here at Pensacola Beach. Special thanks to the Santa Rosa Island Authority and Pensacola Sports Authority for having us down here.
Yeah, I really do appreciate it. Also, a big shout out for County Commissioner Doug Underhill and his commissioner's aide, Jonathan Owens. Really appreciate all your help this week, gentlemen. Everything that you do, so very much appreciated. Right down to the fact, helped us get an amp today. We had a little bit of issues with our sound system, so those guys right there to help us out, helped us get an amp over at Guitar Center. Special thanks to all those guys for opening up early. They weren't even open yet.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and now you can hear us.
Hey, speaking of thank yous, I'd like to say a special thanks to the Casino Beach Bar and Grill. That's where the Racer Appreciation Party is going to be tonight. They're going to have $3 Budweisers and $4 Stoli drinks. Also, a big shout out to Pensacola Motorsports. They're actually got a booth up there on the boardwalk if you'd like to check out the newest offerings from Pensacola Motorsports. Big shout out to Flounders, Crabs, the Dock, right here, all located on the boardwalk. Great places to eat. And, of course, the Escambia County EMS and fire departments.
As you can tell, it's not just one or two people that puts these events together, and we're really blessed to have all these great relationships. Looked like Jordan Carroll down on the left-hand side of the track. Going to get the course marshal over there for some assistance.
So a tough break for JC. 2 laps to go as he comes through the start-finish line, and you can tell the surf is just pounding out there. We've got 5 cinder blocks. That is 100 pounds of weight on our checkered flag buoy right there that started off right in front of the flagman, but it is just taking it down to the west side.
Yeah, I tell you what, that thing's been moving approximately 100 feet left to right. White flag comes out, Mike, for Dustin Motzura on that front stretch aboard the ZA1.
The Motts making it happen, captain out there, and the Motts a 2-time world champion. Speaking of world championships, this year's World Championship is going to be held in Naples, Florida, Dawn.
Oh, I cannot wait for that. September 18th is when all of that is going to start. It's our first time to have a World Championship in Florida. And of all places that we could possibly have picked, first off, I've never had the opportunity to go to Naples, but I've heard nothing but huge compliments on how beautiful that city is as well.
Oh, yeah. Naples is an amazing city, and we appreciate them hosting our first World Championships here with the Pro Watercross Tour. Also new for this year, we're going to be on CBS.
Yep, CBS Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the South African transferred over to Phoenix, Arizona, Dustin Motzura, taking the second win on the second division for us, the second heat. And he is just being very cautious as he approaches this final red buoy before he hits the front stretch. And that is our second place rider, David Redinger, another K1 Commander boat.
Yeah, Redinger doing a great job coming all the way from Washington State, the opposite side of the United States. As we said, they come from far and wide to be right here in Pensacola Beach.
I'm really lucky to have, like I said, 6 countries represented. People from Canada coming down to hang out with us this year, Kuwait. We've got a great rider over here. Get to see him later on. Came all the way over from Christchurch, New Zealand Just about
wow.
a 30-hour trip just to come hang out with us for a week.
Yeah, that's 30 hours of flying, not 30 hours of driving.
That's correct. Yeah. Be a little hard to drive from New Zealand. All right, up next, we're going to be having some freestyle.
Now, before we go to freestyle, folks, we're going to let our freestyles take about 5 to 10 minutes. Let them get out there, warm up their boats. Great time for you to go back, get yourself